And we're here. Hello. And welcome to I'm Not Trying to Kill You. Today we're playing Blades in the Dark. My name is Ash. I use she, her pronouns. I am the GM and host for tonight. And I have with me four artful dodgers who have decided to descend into a life of crime. And I will get them to do introductions of themselves and their characters, starting with Luke. Hi, Luke.
I did not choose life of crime. Life of crime chose me.
Life of crime literally possessed your body.
Exactly. Also, hello, I'm Luke. My pronouns are they, them. I am a game designer. I do other stuff on the internet. This week, I'm very mundane and drab.
It's okay. We still
Belle
love
is
you.
turning over a new leaf. And my character
I don't
is...
believe Belle ever turning over a new leaf, unless it's a somehow spookier leaf.
Yeah, what is a leaf, anyway? Belle's never seen one of those. Like, just dead ones. My character is called Belle, and they are a former mine exorcist turned weird, spooky, ghost befriending criminal.
As you do. Yeah.
As you do.
Excellent. Cool. V, how you going?
Hello, I'm good, thank you. I use she, her pronouns. And today I am playing a D Feld. She is, just found out that her mother, who she thought had passed away, is actually still alive, question mark. Possibly not as a human anymore, but we'll find out. Adi's our resident leech, so she's good with tinkering with bodies and explosives.
I love the finger guns at the end of that. Hey. Tinkering with bodies, ladies.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of tinkering with bodies, Alana, Nightfall, how you going?
Hi. Is that directed at me or my character?
At your character
Not
specifically.
sure. Okay. Yeah, she does love to tinker with bodies. It's one of her favorite things to do. Nightfall is our spider, likes to make mastermindy decisions, but has recently found some joy in attempting to beat people up or stab people. Not necessarily well. It's a process she's learning, and perhaps we'll learn more about that art tonight, or we'll never ever try to do it again because it ended so badly last time. It's a bit of a up in the air thing. Anyway, I'm Alana. I use she, her pronouns. I do things on the internet and also off the internet, and I play Nightfall.
Awesome.
Stabbing someone, it's really more about the journey than the destination.
Well,
It's
yeah,
true.
you didn't take a
That's what she's
trauma
learning.
from it. Like it could have gone much worse.
Yeah, I'm pretty close to trauma, and we've just finished downtime and are about to start a score, and I have limited stress space remaining. So we may have my first trauma by the end of today, and then I can join the traumatized crew.
Look, y'all are welcome to spend spend coin and rep to do an extra downtime action if you need to. I'm not going to stop you. So that leaves us with Derek. Hi, Derek. You're much more illuminated than usual.
Yes, I have changed my setup now because I used to share this office with my wife, but she now has purchased an office space off-site, so I now get to reconfigure it the way that I want. So,
Fancy.
bearing in mind that I want all of you lovely people to see my book collection, I figured I'd do it like this and see if it worked.
Do I see just a bunch of 3.5 books? Just a lot?
Yeah, there's a ton of everything.
Yeah.
3.5, 5, 4.
Yeah.
4 is over there.
Yeah, I can see the fours.
And the 5 is sitting next to Call of Cthulhu for some reason.
Yeah, Call of Cthulhu and miscellaneous.
Structurally similar games, I find.
Yeah.
Both. I mean,
weird odd game called Alas for the Awful Sea that's also there. I don't know.
Weird. Yeah, definitely. Alas and Call of Cthulhu very similar.
Yeah.
So, sorry.
So who am I?
Yeah, who am you?
The bookshelf guy. I'm Derek. I'm part of the Dice Stormers. We're a YouTube group. You can look us up. Yeah, youtube.com/the Dice Stormers. And I am going to be playing tonight Corin Amandaporth, and he's a cutter. He's a big burly dude. And just as Alana is learning about stabbing people, Corin is learning about feelings.
Teaching each other. It's fun.
Every time I hear Corin's last name, I'm like,
I love it.
and I'm like, what happens when you porth a man?
Amandaporth. Yes. I'm looking for a man to hug and kiss.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So we last time we had a really interesting session because we spent most of it in free play, which is the kind of space between downtime and scores, in which like that is often kind of like neglected by a lot of games. Like a lot of people often are like score downtime, and it was really nice to be like, okay, well, like there's stuff that isn't either of those, and we're doing that. So when we left off, I believe a D had fled from the lair.
Yeah, D has left the building.
Yeah, we had a bit of an interesting exchange because Nightfall had to calm down Belle quite a lot, and during that time we worked out that Addie was just missing.
Yep. So I think I think we can kind of pick up from there, or we can jump ahead a little bit. What do people feel as far as like where we want to like pick up our story? Do we want to like be like Adi has been missing for 5 weeks, right? Or do we want to be like
Oh, that's cool too.
like either or, right? Like we can kind of do that either way.
Or like cut to like 12 hours later, we all like regather in the lair or in a tavern, and it's like, I didn't find her. What about you?
I like that.
No sign of her. And then like we can go into the planning of the actual heist either.
I like that as a like, yeah. Sorry.
I'm just thinking, would anyone have any of? Would anyone have had immediate actions that they would have taken? Because I'm thinking of Nightfall. Like, I don't actually think Nightfall would have done a whole lot. She didn't really know what the situation was. She's used to people in her life having shit to do. She is dealing with a lot of her own feelings right now, and also has just been trying to help Belle process some stuff and whatever. Like, I actually don't think Nightfall would have done.
Yeah, I like the idea that like we come back after the initial like search party goes out, of like maybe Corin and Belle, maybe just Corin, right?
Probably just Corin. Like Belle's instinct would be like, let's do a witchcraft to find her.
Yeah,
but I don't think Nightfall. I think Nightfall would be like, no, Belle, no more Nightfall this evening.
Yeah,
let's just take it easy and drink some tea.
Yeah.
Well, there is another wrinkle to all of this, and that's that we are currently hiding Tasselin in our place.
Now,
so,
yeah, like for the sake of like, you know, transparency and things, like Tasselin is safe in your house, right? This is a thing that I'm communicating to you as a GM as far as like stories that I'm interested in telling and all those sorts of things. Like.
So if we all go out and look, we're not going to come back and be like, oh no.
I mean, if you'll leave him alone, that's like that. Like I would have him come along with you to but like if someone's in the house and you're there, then I'm not going to be like suddenly they're ninjas, right? Like that's
so what I'm
thing that's interesting to tell.
Is that Corin and Taskelin should definitely be the search party.
I mean, like I think that we can assume that that's what happened, and we can jump ahead to they get back and be like. We couldn't find her, right? Like, yeah, and I think that's a kind of solid way to go. Do you want to?
Can we get a bit of an update on Tasselin? He's the son of one of my friends from the embassy.
Yeah. They're not specifically noble, but they're like heckin' bourgeois. Like they are a part
the nouveau riche.
They're a part of they are. A part of the like educated embassarial attaché.
Yep.
And
he's a teenager-ish?
Yeah, he's like 17, like, yeah, probably 17, I reckon. He's not
You
quite.
said 17 because Nightfall was trying to figure out if he was bangable, and you were like, not quite bangable. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. He's
Also,
got
he's a
that.
big nerd.
Pardon?
He's a big nerd. I remember that.
Yes, he is a big nerd. He doesn't like breaking
right.
rules.
He likes rocks.
And he does like rocks. I mean, he knows a lot of things from he knows a lot of like geography and geology stuff. So yeah, but he is definitely in that, like, soon he might be like he's not quite like got that aura of like, I am a grown man, like I've finished baking. He's not quite there yet. So
Okay.
but like he's not helpless. He's not hugely innocent beyond like his innocence in he's not innocent by age. He's innocent by like environment. So like he knows that people get murdered and stuff. He just doesn't think you should. And things like that, right? So yes, and you have your cuttlefish reputation. So
Yes, that's always something we need to keep an eye on.
yeah. So shall we jump back to like dawn has come and gone and it is dark again in Dusk Bowl. And yeah, and like that like little bit of light has passed, and I think it started raining really hard, and that's like forced you to come back inside from your like search. You're like, I can't see shit, right? Like what are the others up to when Corin returns?
I think Nightfall has been drinking cheap shit that she has. And I also think that when the rain starts, she's going to go and just sit in it for a bit because she
is goth as fuck.
Well, yeah, but also just like she's just having a time right now.
Yeah.
She's feeling very angsty. She's feeling very like she's not 100% sure who she is at the moment. Things are different. There are a whole bunch of new shit going on in her life, and she just kind of wants to have a feeling that is not sadness and angst and whatever that she can focus on, and so she's just going to go and sit in some rain.
Mm-hmm. Fair. So
When she
opting
comes-
for chili as a feeling.
When she comes back inside, Belle has a blanket and a cup of tea.
Yeah, I feel like she's sitting out there when Corin returns. So Corin like walks inside and is like, "Wait a minute, why is she?"
That spooky gargoyle. That was Nightfall.
Oh, what a compliment! She would
He
love
kind
that.
of does the double take and then goes, "Oh, okay," and then walks inside.
And so in which case we totally get the thing of like a tassel and being like standing awkwardly like in front of you, being like, "Are you okay, miss?"
I'm just gonna like hold up my drink, like cheers, and just continue drinking my shitty alcohol in
It's
the
getting
rain.
like more and more watered down as you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keeps it going for longer. You know, it was already bad.
Yeah. And he's like, okay.
I'll
And,
step
like,
in and grab him by the scuff of the neck and sort of lead him inside.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. All right. What's Belle up to? Like, Belle is standing there waiting with a towel.
You know what? I think Belle is like in that cozy nook in the wall that we've seen before. It is like Belle's nook with all its blankets. And Belle is just like in the nook with some cups of tea. One for them and one for Nightfall when she's ready. It's probably going to be cold by the time she gets in, which I think is a nice touch.
I don't think she would have stayed out for too long. But yeah, I don't think it will be warm by the time. Like it will be like lukewarm. But yeah, I reckon she'll probably come back in not long after. Not long after they get back.
But yeah, I think Belle is just like staring absently off down, like out the window, like listening to something that no one else can hear. Very distracted.
Corin is
Standard
gonna,
Belle behavior.
I just
Yeah,
like the fact that like you're both being like different versions of like weird teenage behavior.
We are very angsty.
The whole
teenagers.
party except Corin is
Bell's
Corin.
not sad.
Corin,
Bell's just-
what are you doing with all these children?
Well, I've got to spur them into action. I think so. I go over and I warm my hands on the stove. I imagine we've got like a pot belly stove or something.
Yeah,
really
same.
antique like that, and Corin says, we searched all of Charter Hall and Six Towers. She is nowhere. Not at her grandmother's house, not at the Shaky Hand, not at any of her usual haunts.
No. No, she has had deep new shock. Needs new place.
I agree. But we can't keep searching like this.
Hmm.
Where would be her new safe place?
I will ask.
I'm gonna see if Corin's gone and chatted to her grandmother.
Yes. I visited her grandmother. She has not seen her since we last were there. She made me drink her tea again.
At which moment, Bell's hand comes into frame between the two of you and offers Nightfall a cup of tea.
I take the tea.
I will accept.
And then Bell is going to walk spookily out into the rain.
God damn it, all of you.
We're all very angsty.
I can't wait. I think this is an awesome idea, and I go out and I stand next to Belle.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wrap myself up in the blanket and sit on the floor inside. I'm very much just doing my own thing and being like, Auntie can look after herself. It's fine.
Yeah, and I'm picturing Ash, right? Like really heavy rain, like maybe even some distant thunder from out at sea.
Yeah, I mean, like we hear the thunder roll through the we feel the thunder and see it in the canal more than we hear it.
Yeah, and I think Belle like stands out there, and I think like not wearing their knitwear, like they've like as they got up and like the blankets like fell off, we see that they're like not wearing their knitwear, and Belle's in like a loose linen shirt, like very old, and like very very dirty. Like it was once like white or cream, but it's just like coal and soot stained. So it's basically like a dark gray color now. And so yeah, they're just like standing out in the rain in this like old tatty linen shirt without their caps on, so we can see like the rain hitting their bald head and like rolling off. And they just start to like hum this note that like harmonizes with the thunder that no one else can hear. And they're going to try and gather information by being spooky.
Sounds good to me. Let's roll it and then we'll cut away.
Sounds good. Yeah, and so my question is, where is our leech? Where should she go?
Good question. And what action are you using?
I think this is a tune.
Cool.
Big old spook.
I think this is controlled. You're like at your base, right? Like, but I think it is limited.
Okay. I will. What does this look like?
Yes, look, how do you make it more dangerous?
Yeah, I know, right? Exactly. You know me so well.
We're all thinking it.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah, so like standing out here, they're like doing this, and it looks kind of not dissimilar to that very famous shot from near the end of The Shawshank Redemption. Right? Like they're just like arms outstretched, like in the rain. And they just make this like really frustrated noise that like cuts really abruptly through the like the humming, which was quite pleasant for once. Normally, Belle's humming is like discordant and awful. And they just like shake their head like a gadfly is bothering them and just jump into the canal. And then like bob up to the surface, like spread eagle floating on the surface of the water as the rain falls on them. And they just like listen to the storm.
Sure. Cool.
Is that more dangerous?
Yes.
But yeah, and I think the mechanism that they are working this by is that like the water is like all the water in the city is in at least some sense like the same water. And so like by submerging themselves in it, they're like, all right, rain everywhere in Duskwall. Tell me what you have to tell me.
Cool. So this is risky.
Yeah. Risky standard.
Mm-hmm.
And I do not get any bonus dice unless Karin would like to help me.
I'm quite happy to hum. Does that help at all?
Yes.
You have to be humming while like being rained on again.
Yeah, I'm happy to walk in the rain. Corin likes the rain.
Corin's just like following Belle as they float gently.
Yeah,
down.
I'm seeing Corin like on like the that bridge that's a little bit to the west of the lair that is like standing on it, and like so we've got like Belle floating slightly down the canal as like Corin stands on the bridge, and like Belle floats down under the bridge while they're both humming, and like someone walks past and is like, bloody cultists.
So I imagine kind of like Belle walks out and stands in the rain and kind of drops to their knees or whatever, and I kind of come up behind them and place my hand in the small of their back and kind of get in tune with them both body wise and vibration wise, and just try and augment her search that way. And it's kind of a surprise to me when she sort of leaped in. They sort of leap forward.
Yeah, they're like, keep humming, and then they just dive into the canal.
That's amazing. I love it. All right, cool.
All right, bonus dice 1. Let's do this.
Oh, heck yes. Nicely done.
Also, everyone, my attune is 3 dots now.
All right.
Nice.
Very nice. Okay, so we're going to cut away from that
and answer it by the framing of the next scene.
Well, I'm not sure how much information you have by this, but I want to know, like, V.
Yes.
What I want to know, like, during the time that has passed, right? What do we see of you, and where do we see you end up at the end of this, like, to like bring us up to present?
Yeah. So you're trying to find a D through like the water being one. So like the scene that you see is like, it's like the negative, like you see where the rain stops. Like you don't actually see the thing, you just see the rain hitting stuff, right? And what you can see in this rainscape is like this gnarly old tree on the edge of like the city, where the Feld family farm is quite close to where the lightning barrier is, and there's like an empty plot of land. And so under this big old gnarly tree, there's like the rain stops on this like sort of like a can shape of like rocks that be piled together. So every, like there's like 7 of them. So every Feld child had taken a stone and placed it in a stack, which is the grave of their mother. And you see a D is next to that, under that tree. Or like the shape of a D is there, and it looks like she's speaking, but you can't really make out what exactly is happening there or what the words are.
I'd like to name this chapter The Shape of a D.
Not the shape of water?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome.
My location onto the map.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, so like you have that very distinct impression of that as far as like where your friend is. Yeah, I'll switch us over to the map screen so that people can see. There we go. Do you want to ping that again for us? Oh yeah, awesome. If you're drawing it, that's fine.
I was gonna write a D. It's just an A.
You know, there's a text tool.
Oh, yes, that would make sense. I will ping it.
Yeah, cool.
There
So
you
we know
go.
where it is, though. Yeah. Awesome.
V's really faint for me. Really,
Yeah, because V's color is currently like peach.
Peach.
no, your volume. V.
Oh. Project from the stomach.
Sternum.
Sternum. I don't know about you drama nerds, but all right. So yeah, I think we flash back to Belle having like had this realization, and then like bumping their head on like one of the like supports for the bridge and just kind of getting caught on it rather than continuing to float down the canal.
And Belle makes like a grumpy noise. And then
I
starts
go
like
down there and help them out.
hauling their like massive wet bulk out of the water with the help of Karn.
I'm so disappointed I didn't get to throw like a consequence at you for that tune roll. I was so ready.
That's why I put my 3 dice in.
I know, I'm aware. So yeah. We've done gather information. You have a really good answer.
Yeah, let's do a heist.
Is this a score? Because if it is, you'll have to pick what kind of score it is. Which I'm excited about.
I would like to posit that this score is a score out of Dee's mother.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that, like, us reuniting with a D is either just, like, elided, like, mechanically elided entirely, or is maybe, like, handled by the engagement roll. But, the meat of the score is, like, Adi's mother, what the fuck? Do a thing. I haven't figured out what the thing is.
How interested are people in, like, different versions of this? Like, are people interested in a score that is all about going and getting a D back, or a score that is about finding where that's just a small part of finding out more about her mum, or what do people feel like?
I think Nightfall's most interested in doing what a D would want to do, so I think that the finding is less important, and also the mother thing is less important. It's literally just like, once she has been found, whether that be in her own time or whether we go and do it for her, figuring out what it is she wants to do and then helping her with that. If it is finding her mum, then cool, kind of thing. So Nightfall, and therefore me, doesn't really have a huge interest in A, going out to find her, and then B, necessarily figuring out this mystery without Adi's kind of guidance and say so. It's more about what she wants.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for me, like, I don't know if you have a plan, Ash, in mind with sort of where we're going with that. I wouldn't mind, like, so Dee's like there at the grave trying to find her mom, I guess. So she wants to have like that working out what's happening kind of moment. I don't know if we can complicate it from there and that be the score.
So I'm gonna have a look here and think about, like, yeah, you're interested in, so like, so like, let's cut back to a D for a minute. Let's hang out in free play for a minute longer. What? Yeah, like, a D, you're at the farm with the can, and I'm picturing like what's the word I want? Like big chunks of shale, as the like stones on the can, and like we're seeing the water is like running off as this as the rain just like buckets down, and a D just is completely soaked. There's no, it's not like, oh, I've been out for like a minute in the rain. It's like, no, you may as well have swam here. And yeah, what's your, what are you doing?
So I think a D, and I'll roll for this if I have like an extra coin. So I want to make some of that ghost potion that turns me into ghost for a split second. Essentially, well, it doesn't necessarily have to be that, but like essentially, I just want to signal to this, I assume, ghost or of my mother, or I mean, Corin said it was my mother. Like, I assume that she would know to find me here if it was her, because this is like where we left her, as in the children left her. So it's either like an attune roll, but I could also make, like, I was thinking like maybe I alchemize that ghost potion, drink it at that site, and like be like like able to be found by her, because I know she frequents the ghost ways.
Yeah.
So yeah, I might.
I feel like an attune roll makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, I might just roll my attune and see how that goes. Like, is it risky standard? Risky.
I mean, you're this close to the edge of the wall, right? To the edge of the thing. This is, and it's raining.
Yeah, of course.
This is risky.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's risky.
A vampire.
It's risky
Sure
limited to start with.
Risky limited. Cool. I think in that case, do I have anything that would help me in this case? Not really. Don't have anything super helpful. So I will roll that and see how it goes.
Okay.
Probably not well.
Oh, that's not, no. Yeah. Uh-huh.
2 is not good.
Yeah. All right. So, let me have a look here.
Yes, your mother shows up. She steps out of the rain. What do you do?
Yeah, no, it's not that. It's
she knocks you. Yeah.
You are dead now.
I think essentially I'm trying to gather information of how can I get my mother to find me.
Yeah. Okay. So, I think. Do you still have is your father still alive? He comes out and is he emerges, and like appears and is like, Adi, what are you doing out here? It's pouring. Come inside. Get warm.
Why don't you sit with me out here for a moment?
And he's like, in the rain. Are you okay? What's going on?
And she sighs. I think you should be seated for this.
He totally sits on the can, right? Like,
yeah,
like that's his like how he sit. He's like, is there something up with Mum?
Yeah.
He's referring to his mum.
Oh. And my mum found a body, I think.
He's like, you found that bastard?
I did. He's not the problem. Her body, last my friend said, it was moving, talking, speaking. She's alive somewhere in the city, Dad.
Is that your friend that came asking about came asking questions the other day? The one that and then he's like the broad one with the
handsome one.
He's like, handsome. Daughter, you have some strange tastes. He had no teeth. And like you're starting to be like, that's
hang on,
not. Yeah, and he's like, the one that came asking about the shop and where you were. Said that you were, said that they needed you for said that he needed you for some kind of job. He was Takarosi, I'm sure. Those eyes, I couldn't unsee them.
Huh. And what did he ask about?
Oh, just some small things. Where the shop was. What if? Because he said he needed to drop off some supplies. A bunch of small things. I assumed that he was. I assumed that you'd been busy and he was helping out with one of your experiments. I know you do. I know you need. You and Mum get up to some strange things.
Yeah. That's true. Huh. Do you know where he went?
He's like, not really. He headed back up through. He headed up like north from here. Through the farms. But at the time, it struck me as a bit odd. He spent a very long time looking at that picture that I have, the one of the family.
Mm.
I thought that was odd. But you hang out with the strangest types.
Yes, I suppose I do. Look, if he comes back again, don't tell him anything. Don't let him in.
Should I have not told him anything to begin with? I'm so sorry. I just, you'd just been down. I was in good spirits.
No, it's okay. I guess I just need a little bit longer here. He said he was looking for was he looking for Grandma's shop?
Yeah. I think your dad says something along the lines of he was looking for where to drop something off to you.
Mm-hmm.
And he said probably, and so he had said probably the shop over.
Yeah, so at the shop.
And he said, yeah, I said at the shop over, at the shop over in Six Towers. I asked him if it was some kind of medicine or alchemical thing, and he said that it was, but he wouldn't say what.
Okay. Thanks. I'll deal with it. Make sure that no one else comes visiting you guys.
He's like, I always find it strange when we've got visitors. I'm used to thinking that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's kind of makes me miss what it's like living out here.
I think he definitely says like, oh, also, I don't know if you heard, but the Clellans, they've got a new baby girl, and like starts talking to you about like local the
local
sorts of
news
things you would have heard about. Yeah.
Yep. And your sister is engaged. No, yeah. Cool.
Yeah, exactly that sort of thing.
Awesome. So something's up at Grandma's shop.
Dad, if that weird man comes round again, throw beans at him until he goes away.
Yeah. By beans, I mean rock.
I mean, no, like if he's some kind of weird spooky thing, you just gotta throw beans on the ground and he goes away.
Wait, Kaikarosian people aren't weird, right?
Yeah, but he was also described as broad, hunched, and having nearly no teeth.
And probably Tiger. That sounds weird to me.
Awesome.
If it sounds weird to Luke, then it must be weird.
It's true. It's true. So should we all meet at the shop? Should that be how?
Do you want to? If you're happy to like go, like, do we want to all have everyone meet up at the shop then? Or do you want to like go back to the lair and get your friends and then go to the shop, or?
I think it'd be cool if we that's where we like so you hear word like it just sends word to meet at Grandma's shop.
All right, that makes sense.
Does Grandma sell like mild hallucinogens?
Oh,
absolutely,
definitely.
I'm
mild or not mild.
Excellent. The finest hallucinogens in Duskville.
Marvelous.
Like, you know that like Duskville has a fine magic mushrooms trade, right? Like, that's got to be a thing.
That is definitely a thing.
So yeah, I think we cut to the shop. And like the three of you, including plus Taliesin. Tasselin, sorry. Like outside. What do we see as you all meet up?
I'm thinking that we would have gotten there first, and I'm thinking that I would be inside trying to get hallucinogens from Grandma with Corin next to me, using that as like, look at this handsome man that I'm with. You like him. Also, could I please have your finest hallucinogenic drugs
For free or for cheap.
cheap?
Yeah, and she's and she's like I can't. She's like here, take these dried mushrooms. Very they will definitely let you see things, and you're like, and you can tell that she's like holding back.
And for you, Corin, these ones for potency.
100%. Or she's like, she's like, for you, Corin, these things will give you energy.
Yeah, and she like reaches up and like gropes his bicep a little.
Corin's a little bit pissed off that he's being used as eye candy in order to seal a deal.
Yeah.
But he's just kind of too polite to kind of back out now. So he just sort of stands there and smiles. And
I'd like to think that Nightfall was like, I might need your help with something. Would you mind just coming up to the counter with me? And then just being like, okay, so.
Yeah. So yeah, Nightfall, you know that she's not giving you the strongest stuff, but yeah, that's right.
I think that there's a little montage of Adi making her way here. You know, like walking that big long stretch.
Oh yeah.
Farms, and lightning cracking in the distance. I really feel that something that really is very evocative and interesting.
And like having to walk past like rows and rows and rows of the eel farms that were that were her destiny until she like decided to get mixed up in all this.
Yeah. And then like she's got like a big eelskin coat and like comes in through the door and like pulls back the hood. It's like black and streaming with water, and she's like, hey guys.
And she yeah, Grandma is 100%. It's like no, shake off your coat in the entry. Oh my, I'll get them up. It's fine. I'll do it.
Look, and she like looks sidelong at Corin, like expecting him to volunteer.
I definitely sort of go up to Adi, and I'm sort of a bit like I want to shake her hand or hug her or do something, and he ends up sort of awkwardly taking her cloak off her.
Yeah, and hanging it. Grandma's
very glad I made the decision to buy hallucinogens before Adi showed up and wet the entire floor of the shop.
Yeah. It's usually better to do the buying without Adi. Grandma, was there anything left here for me?
No, nothing.
Nothing?
No. Why? Are you expecting something? It's
No.
not more of those magazines, is it?
No.
Okay.
What magazines? Not in
And
front of my friends.
And she's like, well, anyway, get your friends to help clean up.
And then I think Adi whips her and she's like, Corin, you said you saw my mother.
Corin's sort of halfway putting the coat on the thing, and he accidentally drops it and picks it up again and creates more of a mess on the floor, and turns back and says, well, she claimed she was your mother.
My mother's been dead for years now. I don't know how a lot of things, I mean, and she looks, I think Adi looks like at Belle. It's like a lot of things are different from what I knew.
So I don't think Belle has actually been in the shop.
Yeah. Okay.
I think this is I think this like my mother's been dead for years is about the point at which like Belle like sheepishly re-enters the shop, and like the little bell like
Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
I think Belle was like out on the street,
Mm-hmm.
keeping an eye out in case whatever spooky person, like you were like, a spooky person visited the farm. Something about Grandma. Let's meet at Grandma's shop. And Belle's like, right, I will stand outside the shop in the shadowed corner and
Yeah.
watch for spooky people. And so yeah, Bella's just like now coming in for doing that, and it's like
Mud, wipe your shoes.
yeah, they like put up their hands like, and they take off their boots and like wipe them. They've got a little pocket handkerchief for wiping the mud off their boots.
Yeah, and it's like,
So
well,
I give an account of how we went to the shaky hand. Was it shaky hand?
mhm.
Yep.
And a description of the woman who approached me, and try and be as specific as I can,
Yeah,
and say that when I told this person that your grandmother dealt in antiques, she seemed kind of surprised and taken aback,
I don't know.
and could
Yeah.
sort of believe what I was saying.
Mm-hmm. So I think
Is it
Eddie takes it all
accurate?
in. Sorry.
Is that accurate, Ash?
Mhm. I think if it's not too much to ask, I think we should find this person who claims to be my mother.
And then what?
And then I think and Adi's like I think what she wants to say is like almost like I think and take her home, like where in Adi's mind she belongs kind of like at home with the rest of my family. But then Adi stops herself like not sure if that's like even an option.
Bella's just nodding. Bella's just like, yep, that sounds totally reasonable to me. Yeah, we're gonna bring the vampire lady home. She's gonna be your mom again. Everything's gonna be great.
Oh wait, we know
That's the
she's
best.
a vampire?
Belle knows she's a vampire. I don't know.
Yeah, Belle does. No one else does.
Yeah, I don't think Belle's like explicitly made that clear.
Yeah,
Belle
exactly.
knows she's a vampire. And Belle's just like, yep, that all sounds fine. Good plan.
And talk to her, I guess. And
As much as Belle is nodding their head, Corin is like shaking his
yeah.
No, this is a really bad idea. I've met this woman. She radiates power and intensity, and I'm really scared of her.
Nightfall's just browsing the shop.
Yeah, and I think Belle just like reaches up without even looking and just like pats Corin on the shoulder, and it's like, "Don't worry, Corin. It will be all right. I will not let the scary lady get you. She is probably very strong. You see that?" And they point at like a great big like antique wooden like cabinet that's filled with many shelves covered in the whole thing like
It's
enormous.
totally like the one that like Nightfall is looking at.
And it's it's like 6 foot tall and like 4 foot wide, like the big heavy old wooden thing. Bell's like, you see that? She could probably pick that up one-handed and drop it on you, but it will be okay.
Corin kind of puts his head in his hands and says, "Adi, maybe this is a talking mission."
What do you mean?
Like, I think we need to be very careful about how we proceed.
Mm.
I've seen a lot of things, and I've met a lot of things, but very few things scare me like this woman does. I think we need to be very careful around her.
Yeah.
Trying to make her come with you would be what is word in English? Massacre.
So we have to find her secretly. We strike first.
Need to talk with her. What she is now. She does not go where she does not want to go. If she comes home with you, it will be because you convince her. There will be no tricking or forcing or just kind of like wiggle their fingers like in a kind of vaguely spooky or magicking.
She's always had her own mind.
And again,
Well-
Belle just like nods and accepts it. Like, yes, she was always a vampire. Cool. I did not realize that, but okay.
Thing
Belle's
is,
constructing this whole alternate like backstory for
like
Yeah,
what their family was like. Thing is, I don't know how to find her. We
I
can
was
make a
just about
ruck.
to say the same thing.
We can make a ruckus and help her find us. That could be a.
I'm
score.
wondering if if finding her and finding information isn't actually a long-term project.
Uh huh.
Because I'm thinking that might be the kind of thing where we either find her or she finds us while we are doing other scores. Like,
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what it
Yeah, I mean-
feels like from a fiction perspective.
Or like the other alternative is like we do some more gather info to find out some detail, and then the score we do is a social score.
Yeah, my concern is though that like at the moment most of your like gather infoing is gonna like feels like it's gonna be limited in effect. As far as like
Yeah, cool. I'm happy to do that. Like, do it as a long term project.
I think that
and,
sounds like a cool way to handle it.
Yep. Sounds.
I'm
good with that.
Yeah. What I will give you though is if you mention the description that you got from your dad, like as like a start for the long-term project, that person is absolutely like has Nightfall has absolutely seen that person at the Shaky Hand before. So that's
Yes,
a
that'd
good
be the lead.
start for a long-term project. But
Yeah.
I feel like that's the lead that you can chase.
Cool. All right, I will do that in my next downtime phase. So
Yeah.
we should pick a score then to do.
Yep. So scores that like so we've got the tussling situation, but again, like I'm happy to let that sit. There's the Dimmer sisters have got another job that they would love for you to do, but you're already maxed reputation with them.
There's
who
still
else
the
have
thing
you
that
got?
I was talking about last time where I would like to I have my enemy on my list who is Ribbon, who is the chemist who's been fucking people up where
Yeah.
I'm from. But also happy not to do that, just putting that out
But
there.
that's another option as far as
another
like
option.
scores and things.
That one, I suggest we do it like Nicholas Nickleby.
God damn it! Like, shall we take our first break here, and then we can have a think about like and a chat about what we'd like to do as a score, and we can jump back in. All right, we'll be back in a second.